Then I ran it up with a George White, which was a good slave, an Indian. Yeah, there was something, well, kind of living about them. They were alive. They weren't dead. When you got them warm, they'd talk to you every time. I guess that's what kept me at it, and I suppose that's what keeps them going today. There's a great liking for the old steam engine. Most of the mills were portable. One of the big things about it, people see a sawmill running, and everybody else has a good engine like to try it out on the mill. Even the tractors have to get on it and see what they can do. But if it comes a big tough log, they want a good big engine on it. 20-horse engine weighs around 9 tons, empty. And then there's other engines down there that'll go 12, 14 tons. There are big engines there for the Western plow engines. There'd be 2 men, and 1 man would be quite occupied in keeping the engine straight steering, while the other fellow would be firing and looking after other things. That was the first, well, you might say hard-top roads we had, was they would set a crusher up and grind stone up like that and spread it on the road, and then the steam roller came along and they roll that down pretty like pavement, which done very well in them times, but it wouldn't hold up today.
I talked to the old man owns it.
Pardon?
I talked to the old man who owns it.
Who, Mount Malcolm? Did you know?
Pennsylvania.
Oh!
Be up in the morning. You should be out your engine before 6 o'clock and have a fire on. Go in and get a bite to eat, and be back out and be ready to go at 7 o'clock. Run till the job was done. Move on to the next farm. Go up one road and down the other. Into every barn. When the wheat would get ripe, when it would start to thrash in around the first part of July, and that thing would run every day till near Christmas, from one barn to the other. I've slept in most of the houses and in this part of the country for quite a radius. At breakfast was a lot of people. Yeah. A full crew, for a good day's work, you'd run, 10 to 12 men. A couple of men carrying boxes, a couple of men looking after straw, a man on the feed table, 4 or 5 in the mouth. Yeah. A boy, would always come in very handy to draw water. When you pulled in, there was always a pile of wood behind the barn, thrashing wood, they called it. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was pretty trashy. Wet or something, and then you had your hands full for a wet day if the wood was poor. But you always got by some way. You were glad when Saturday night come, too. When the steam quit, why, we started gas tractors. Yeah. Well, most of the people seem to be glad about it. They never liked keeping the thrasher, He was always, I reckon, as a kind of a dirty, dusty man out in it all day, and he didn't have any bathtubs or anything. I enjoy the slow race. I have been at shows where they had a fast race, but I condemned that terrible. Because any fool could get on an engine and pull the levers wide open. But when it comes to the slow race, it's the man that can take his throttle and just slow it down to the last little bit and not stop. That's skill. That takes a man to get after it, and you got to know his engine. It's all good pastime. Finding parts or getting parts made and hunting around, talking. Well, it was from, say, 1905 to 25. That was only 20 years that the steam engine really had a real good day. Because up until 1905, well, they were getting a number of traction engines, but from then on, they improved them, and they just got a good engine when the gas took over. And if they'd have stayed with steam, they'd have had them a lot better in another 10 years, the same as they've improved everything else.
Well, of course, it's a nostalgia thing, but I've been with steam all my life, so I'm maybe very partial. And as they say, if they cut our wrist or cut our finger, steam cylinder oil would come out instead of blood.
Let's go strolling down Harmony Lane, underneath the moon so bright. Such a lovely star-filled night, hand in hand we'll go strolling in the pale moonlight. Hear folks singing those lovely old songs, gee, the music sure is great. They'll be throwing love and pleasure down and staying our play, strolling down Harmony Lane. Hear the syncopation of the rhythmic beat, hear the chords are ringing till they sure sound sweet. We'll be serenading while we're promenading, strolling down Harmony Lane. Let's go strolling down Harmony Lane, tell your folks that we'll be there. You'll hear my banjo strumming, I'll be coming just about 8, strolling down Harmony Lane, strolling down Harmony Lane.
I found my first engine, which was a Robert Bell steam engine, the one I was looking for, in a sawmill up at Gravenhurst. As I said, I traveled about 3,000 miles to end up 25 miles from Aurelia.
something about a steam engine, it's actually a live thing when it's under steam. And you have that power at your command to do the things that you want to do with it.
As you see, the competition has just got underway. The team has just finished and he's picked up the flag. He is now walking. He cannot run, but he's now walking over to the engine. There goes the flag and there goes the engine.
Hope to see you next year back here, right? Sure, try it. You got somebody to hear. Here we are now, coordinators presenting the winners, presenting the ribbons to the winners of the East-West Threshing Competition 1977.
Over the next 2 days of this bright Labor Day weekend, thousands of fascinated visitors will pass through these gates. Youngsters thrilled by the unusual action of antique steam machinery, as well as those who still remember their childhood days when steam was king. Yes, it's Steam-Era 1970, and this marks the 10th anniversary of a fabulous exhibition, one of the largest of its kind in North America. The object of this slow race is to finish last. Sherwood Hume on his mighty Minneapolis managed to do just that. It's 12 o'clock and you're hearing the sound of 30 noon whistles. Steam model makers from hundreds of miles away bring their equipment to Milton for display in the model barn. This amazingly intricate model of a power plant is complete in every detail. It's the work of Howard Shar and represents 5 years of toil.